Welcome. My name is Alicia Sims, and I am the Program Director of Step by Step.
And I'm Tanya Torp. I'm the Executive Director of Step by Step.
We just wanted to take a couple of minutes to share with you some information. We're so grateful that you have taken that step of faith to agree to be a hostess for Remnant 2020. And as we shared with you, we're not going to leave you hanging. So we have put together a hostess guide to fill you in on all the details you need to know to be a successful hostess.
And we know that you received this hostess guide and it has a lot of information in it. So we want to break it down a little bit and give you some of the highlights and then ask you to delve deeper into it when you have a moment. But there's some really good stuff in here. So let's get to it, Alicia. Let's talk about being a hostess.
That's right. So as you flip over or scroll down a few pages, you'll see that the first thing you have to do is decide which way to host. We've outlined specific ways that you can do that either in person or online. And so you'll want to refer to that page to find out how to do that. If you're having questions specifically about technical issues, so many have said, I'm not good at technology. It's okay. We want to make this easy for you. So you can just let us know and we'll be happy to answer questions about that.
We've also included a link for a tutorial if you're going to use Google Hangouts. We ask you that you kind of go ahead and check out the platform that you're going to use and practice with it before the day of.
That's right. And so the next step as a hostess is to start inviting your friends if you haven't already. And again, to fully equip you, we've put together a full promotional pack that is linked in your hostess guide. On that pack, you will find information including beautiful graphics you can share on your social media, a Facebook profile frame, as well as verbiage, words to use to invite. So if you're like, I don't even know what to say about this, don't worry. We've got you taken care of.
The next step, step 3, is preparing your remnant group. You're getting ready for the group of people that you're going to be hostessing. So we have created a 7-day prayer guide for you to begin to pray over these women that are going to be joining you. We also have included information about how to get your swag bag, and the swag is real, y'all.
Yeah,
it's some
cute.
good swag.
It's cute
so
swag.
We've created that space for you to understand that. And then we've also given you some follow-ups. So what do you do 2 weeks out? What do you do 1 week out? It's very detailed to allow you to choose the way that you want to host.
That's right. So moving on to step 4 is making it happen. And with this, we want to help you with some guidance on how to make that space of welcome, to welcome your guests into the space, whether you're in person or online, and really just foster that atmosphere for the Spirit to move and for people to connect with the Lord and with each other.
Yeah, so we call it kind of a radical hospitality approach. We're making sure there's things in here about like putting away your pets even so that people who might be allergic won't experience that. But also while you're online, to make it fun, we also have an online bingo. So if you're hosting online, we have that for you in here provided for you to have a little fun with your guests online to make it not a monotonous thing, but a really fun thing.
That's right. And let's be honest, ladies, we're all very concerned about the food, right? I mean, when I go somewhere, I'm like, what are you serving me? So we don't want that to be a stress on you either. So we've put together some fun recipes, some drinks that you can make. We've got a cranberry fizz and sparkling apple cider. We've got some really good recipes that are friendly to different dietary restrictions. We got a little salty, a little sweet. So be sure to check those out and let us know what recipes you're making for your group.
It's also important to check with your guests to make sure they don't have any dietary restrictions and how to handle that. And then also, if you're hosting online, you all can make these fun things yourself and share them while you're online. Each person can make something and share what they're eating.
Yes. One thing we want to just talk about briefly is what it means to facilitate within the group. You don't have to prepare any content. You may have said yes to leading, you're like, I'm not really a leader, that's okay. Your role is to simply create that space where everyone's voice is heard, where everyone has an opportunity to share and connect with one another. And so we've provided specific ways that you can do that.
We also have provided some group guidelines. You know, when you get together with a group, whether you know them and you've known them forever and it's all your girlfriends from college, or it's a brand new group of people, we need to kind of set some guidelines to make everyone feel safer in a safer space. So we've got those right here for you. One of those is stories stay, lessons leave. So that means we're going to have confidentiality in this group. And that's really, really important for people to be able to share when we have our reflection time.
That's right. A big part that we'll be doing towards the end of our time together is we'll be partaking in communion. And because we're extra, we got
Right.
Remnant communion cups, okay? So in your swag bag, you don't have to worry about providing communion elements. Those are provided for you in the swag bag.
And we know that at the times that we live in right now, people are kind of used to getting online and having meetings, but we want to make sure that that's fun, and we want to make sure those who don't feel equipped do feel equipped. So if you're going to lead your group virtually, we have a lot of tips and tricks inside this packet for you, and also how to access the live stream. How do you even get to it on the day of? We provided that for you as well.
That's right. And then as we wrap up, as we've said over and over, we are not about a conference for conference sake. There's very specific steps that we want every participant to commit to. And so those are outlined for you in the guide. Every participant will receive a Next Steps physical card for those who prefer to hold paper. But then in the workbook will be a QR code to link to those follow-up steps as well. And part of your job as the hostess is following up to make sure everyone has shared with us their commitment as part of the Remnant 2020.
You'll also be following up with your group, thanking them for coming and thanking them for trusting you to be their hostess. So we'll have some steps for you, some next steps to follow up when it's all said and done and when it's all over. We also want you to know that we appreciate you so
Yes.
very much for everything that you're doing. We know that this takes time, but we also want it to be super fun and not a stressor for you. This should be something that you're inviting people into this space to do this together, to learn together, and to grow together, whether you know the people that you're inviting or not. So we want to make it a super fun experience for you. So we've given you all that you need in this guide. And of course, we're available to you if you have any questions or concerns, and check out our website as well.
Yes, so thank you so much for hosting and being part of Remnant 2020.